There were times before where I doubted him. We won the Super Bowl, won the playoffs. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind we can win this football game.
You are now listening to the Dan Brodes Show.
We are giving away cards on this episode, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. By as many points as the Eagles win by, that's how many cards one of you will be winning. What you need to do is subscribe to my channel and comment down below stating your favorite Philadelphia Eagle. That's what I want to hear. Your favorite Eagle. Comment down below. As many points as the Eagles win by, I will be selecting a solid amount of cards, and you will be receiving them. Enjoy the video. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dan and Brodes Show. It is Eagles game week. Let's go! I'm so excited. This is unbelievable. I actually am thrilled because I think after Nick Foles got named the starter, even though we had some terrible preseason games, it's game week. I'm sitting here and saying we can win this football game. What do you feel about this game?
We can win this football game. I'm pumped up. It's game week. The birds are on. We got the Super Bowl MVP under center. Probably not ideal, but doesn't that sound good? Doesn't that sound good? Me and you might go back and forth here, though, because we've talked about this for a while. I actually do. If I were a betting man, I have the Falcons winning this football game. But I'm pumped up. Once they kick off, I don't care about that. It's go Birds.
I get it might not be the easiest football game. It's going to look sloppy. Jason Peters hasn't played. No Alshon Jeffrey. It's going to be a sloppy football game. But I can't head into this game and say the Eagles aren't going to win. I have to change my mindset and say, this is it. We're going to win this football game. It's going to be ugly. But there's no way we can win. Our defense is amazing. Why can't they win us a game?
They can win the football game. It's going to come down to the defense, the offensive line, and Doug Pederson.
Let's go!
Doug Pederson,
Let's go!
baby.
I need more coffee!
No, you
I'm
don't.
So excited. No, I don't. You're right. You're right. I actually can't wait. This is actually sickening to me. I told Kara, I'm like, I don't know if you want to watch the game with me on Thursday. I got to lock myself in the basement. Her mom's like, why don't we all watch together in the family room? I showed her how I'm going to be watching. 2 feet from the TV, perfect stance, posture. You know, it's unbelievable. I can't wait. I can't wait. But no, I'm excited. I think it's going to be, for the fans out there, I think it's going to be smooth and we're going to win this football game nice. It's not going to happen like that. There's film on the RPOs now as well. The Falcons saw Nick Foles and the RPOs in the playoffs, and we were one Julio Jones catch away from losing that game. So it's going to be ugly, but I think we can get this done.
I don't know. It might not be ugly, though, because we have the type of offensive line that can dominate the line of scrimmage. And when you do that, things can go smoother, or at least they can appear to be smoother than they actually are. I think Mike Wallace actually is capable of running that X receiver for at least a handful of games while we wait for Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, he had almost, 800 yards last year, kind of under the radar. So it's not like he has nothing left in the tank. I think he could fill in for Alshon for a little bit. He's not Alshon, but he's been in this position before at least. We have some weapons. I think they're going to be able to score some points. It's just a matter of, is our defense, which is a great defense, are they going to be able to tame this revenge-ready Falcons team that's going to be coming in here with a sour taste in their mouth after we knocked them out of the playoffs? Because this is their Super Bowl early on in the season right now.
Oh, no doubt. The revenge factor in the NFL is definitely a huge thing. I was listening to sports radio yesterday, and I don't know exactly the numbers, but it was something similar to Nick Foles is about 21-5 in his football games with the Philadelphia Eagles. That is, when I heard that number, I was, what? It was something close to that, if it wasn't exactly that. And that gives me a little bit of confidence, right? 21-5
That's so interesting, right?
Isn't it? It's
Nick Foles, 21-5 with the Birds. He had a 27-3 touchdown interception ratio with us. He won a Super Bowl MVP. If I would have told you all these things when we drafted him out of Arizona, there's no way you would think we have another franchise quarterback sitting here ready to come in. But we're a little nervous about this one because of Nick Foles. It's wild.
It's either Nick Foles is great or Nick Foles is bad. You don't get an average Nick Foles in a football game.
That's so true.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
I actually rewatched the Super Bowl last night for the 47th time. That man was throwing dots. This is irrelevant to what's going to happen on Thursday, but he was throwing passes that Nick Foles just doesn't make. He doesn't make those passes. That touchdown pass to Corey Clement in the back of the end zone.
Oh yeah. That's
maybe
the one,
most perfect football I've ever seen thrown. Nick Foles doesn't make that play. I don't get it. Who is this guy? We need him for just a couple more games. Just a few more. Do it for a couple more.
I was thinking of the Torrey Smith one, but that might have been the NFC Championship game, actually. The way he dropped the dot right on the end zone. Like, get out of here.
50 yards. I remember that touchdown because I actually pulled a fifth of vodka out of the fridge because it was at that touchdown I knew we won that game, and it was time to start really celebrating.
Dude, this is crazy. But listen, we have to drop it. We have to drop what happened in the past, and it's time to move forward. We got to look at our running game. I think it could be effective. Jay Ajayi, Corey getting some more touches this year. Picked him in fantasy, by the way, in our wonderful 20-man league that we're ready to rock and roll with. And Darren Sproles. I mean, he's obviously, if he can come back from that injury, he was a huge piece to this squad. But you mentioned Mike Wallace, and he did not have a great preseason. Not that any of us did. He was really unnoticeable. So he needs to step up. But I think that 2 tight end look we're about to give some teams, especially in the red zone, of Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz is going to be lethal.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Red zone, we should be scary with or without Carson Wentz in the red zone because of all these different. We have some big bodies. Dallas is a big freak of nature, and I'm excited to see Doug unleash him, especially with Ertz on the other side, because obviously you can't just pay attention to Dallas Goedert. He's a rookie. He's going to have an opportunity to step up. But Mike Wallace, I think even when you don't really notice Mike Wallace, he at least keeps defenders honest. You know he can run that fade route, which is something we haven't had since Deshaun was here. So it's, I guess, Torrey Smith, in a way. I would say Mike Wallace is a little bit better than Torrey Smith, though. So maybe Mike Wallace will have 3 or 4 targets. Hopefully one of those is a 30 or 40-yard catch, whether it's a touchdown, I don't know. But he stretches the field pretty good. But we've had the media all down Doug Pederson's throat about the Nick Foles-Carson Wentz thing. So we really haven't heard much about the rest of the offense because, quite frankly, no one's asking about it. We haven't heard about what the timeshare is going to be between Ajayi and Clement and Sproles. There really hasn't been that much talk about it. But I think Jay Ajayi is going to end up being a bell cow type. I think Corey Clement's going to get plenty of touches, especially on third downs, get Ajayi some breaks. But Ajayi, it's like people forget this guy rushed for 1,000 yards 2 seasons in a row, and he actually can kind of do it all. So I'm looking forward to seeing him having a pretty good season. I think he'll get out of the gates hot. I have him as a pretty popular pick here on Thursday night FanDuel action. I think Ajayi gets in the end zone maybe twice on Thursday night. How about that? How about that?
Let's go. I can't wait for football, dude. It's like the chills are running through my body right now. It's unbelievable. Well, how do you feel about the Doug thing? He's snapping back, and that's a hot topic right now. People are saying, oh, you like it. You're giving him the – okay.
I love it.
Is he changing his attitude, though? We had this – he's our coach, this player's guy, and now he's going Bill Belichick mode. He's switching the mojo.
I just personally, I feel like I've kept up with this on a day-to-day basis. I think this man is truly just frustrated with the media. Yeah. I would be. I can't sit here and tell you I wouldn't have clapped back 2 months ago.
But is he frustrated because they keep asking the same questions, or is he frustrated because he understands that, okay, we don't have Carson, we don't have Alshon, and there's actually issues with the football team. We look sloppy. Is that why he's frustrated?
It could be a combination of things. It could be both. It really could be both. But myself personally, I've been getting annoyed. Every time there's a press conference, the first thing out of their mouth is, who's starting a quarterback? We really don't know the answer to this question. You know that Doug doesn't know the answer to this question. We've known since February it was going to come down to the last week of the season. I can totally see why that frustrates him. I think Philly media is a little obnoxious sometimes, but he has been a little arrogant with it. The one press conference where he was like, I'll know. You won't know.
Yeah.
That I mean, sticking your chest out a little bit, Doug. I can see it. We'll see if this turns into a consistent trend. If not, I really think he's just frustrated with the question. Because like I said, we really haven't heard about anything else on the offense. all offseason. It's just been Carson Foles, and I get that it's like a soap opera and it's a good one. So like this is what everyone wants to talk about. But there are plenty of other things with this Eagles team that we could be talking about that we haven't been talking about at all. And I would be a little bit frustrated too answering that question all offseason. But who knows? Maybe he just has a little bit more hair on his chest.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just deep breaths. We're going into week 1 here.
I trust the Doug.
It is.
Second best coach in Philly.
Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, I trust Doug. I feel like they're going to come up with a game plan. The preseason's very vanilla. I know that's overused, but it is, and we're not game planning. The only thing that concerns me is we've seen the Nick Foles RPO, and so is this Falcons team. This is the game that scares me out of the first few weeks with Nick Foles because it does open up a little bit after this game and the revenge factor. But we're in the link. That place gets wild. We're raising a banner. It's not just, oh, we're playing at the link for game 1. It's the place is going to be so goddamn electric. Who knows what can happen with this energy? Yeah, it's going to be insane.
It's going to be the loudest regular season game in the history of Lincoln Financial Field. And
I looked up tickets,
Jack.
And
that's a fact.
I wanted to go. I'm like, Harry, we gotta go. We gotta go to this football game. And I saw it was like $290, and I was like, hey, we can hit the next one.
It's down to it's down to $290. I looked a couple days ago. It was $320 a seat.
Yeah, it's probably because people are trying to get rid of them now.
I was like, listen, coach. Either meet me at Xfinity Live or I'm bringing the fam over. Like,
see, I don't know if I can do the social football games anymore. To an extent, I am a freak.
Me too.
I am a legitimate freak. I can't do the show unless it's like my boys or whatever. But like, no effect. I can't sit there and watch the game with the family. Okay, I got hat off, throw, just miss. I know the angle where I just missed the TV. You know, like it's a different type of nature for me.
No, I feel it. I let some language out when Gronk scored to take the lead in the Super Bowl. I feel you for sure. If Matt Ryan starts the game 10 for 10 and we're down 14-0, there's going to be a totally different person standing in my living room. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I feel you there. I might go ahead and get kicked out of Xfinity Live. Now you bring out. I'm just gonna stay home. Thank you, Brodes, for keeping me sane here. I'm gonna go ahead and not get locked up on Thursday. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's phenomenal. All right, well there it is. A nice little Eagle breakdown. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be all right. It's a manageable game by Nick Foles, and our defense is gonna win it. What's new? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment down below. And we will see you next time.
Play Jay Ajayi in fantasy on Thursday. I'm telling you.
Go Birds. Go Birds.